Superstitions have existed in every culture throughout history, with beliefs and practices that offer explanations for events beyond our understanding. Many superstitions are rooted in ancient beliefs, fears, or the desire to control the uncontrollable. While some may seem trivial or amusing today, they have had a profound impact on the lives of those who believed in them, often shaping decisions, actions, and behaviors. What's even more fascinating is how many of these superstitions, despite being irrational, continue to be passed down through generations and persist in modern life. One of the most well-known superstitions is the belief that breaking a mirror brings 7 years of bad luck. This superstition dates back to the ancient Romans, who believed that mirrors not only reflected a person's image, but also their soul. The idea was that breaking a mirror would damage the soul and result in misfortune. In ancient times, people believed that the soul would rejuvenate every 7 years, which is why 7 years of bad luck became the standard punishment for breaking a mirror. While most people today would probably laugh off the notion of bad luck following a broken mirror, the superstition still persists in popular culture. The number 13 has long been associated with bad luck, and the fear of the number is so pervasive that it has its own name, triskaidekaphobia. This superstition can be traced back to ancient cultures, with different beliefs and reasons associated with the number. In Christianity, the number 12 was considered a symbol of completeness, as seen in the 12 apostles, while 13 was seen as an irregular number, symbolizing chaos. One of the most famous examples of the fear of 13 is the absence of the 13th floor in many buildings, particularly in the United States, where some elevators skip directly from the 12th to the 14th floor. This superstition has persisted in architecture, with buildings and hotels often avoiding the number 13 to accommodate guests' fears. Black cats, often thought to bring bad luck, have a complicated and long-standing history. In medieval Europe, black cats were frequently associated with witches and the supernatural. It was believed that witches could transform into black cats, or that black cats were familiar spirits that helped witches cast spells. In these superstitions, black cats were seen as omens of evil or bad fortune. However, in other cultures, black cats are considered lucky. In ancient Egypt, they were revered and even worshipped as sacred animals associated with the goddess Bastet. Despite these positive associations, the fear of black cats continues to endure, particularly around Halloween, when they are often depicted as symbols of witchcraft and bad luck. Walking under a ladder is another superstition with deep historical roots. It is believed to bring bad luck, and this superstition can be traced back to ancient Egypt, where the triangle was seen as a symbol of life and the divine. A ladder leaning against a wall forms a triangle shape, which was considered sacred. Walking through the triangle was thought to disrupt the flow of life and could anger the gods. In Christianity, the image of the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, also contributed to the belief that a triangle was a sacred shape. Thus, walking under a ladder was seen as disrespecting this divine symbol and inviting misfortune. While the belief is not as widely feared today, it still persists in some cultures and among people who follow traditional superstitions. The practice of throwing salt over your left shoulder to ward off bad luck is another common superstition that dates back centuries. The origins of this superstition are somewhat unclear, but it likely stems from the value of salt in ancient times. Salt was a precious commodity used for preserving food, and spilling it was considered an unfortunate event. To counteract the bad luck caused by spilling salt, people believed that throwing a pinch of it over the left shoulder, where the devil was thought to reside, would ward off evil spirits and restore good fortune. This superstition remains popular today, with people still following the tradition when they accidentally spill salt, often with a quick motion over their left shoulder to avert bad luck. Another widely known superstition is the belief that the number 6666 is a sign of the devil or bad luck. This number, known as the number of the beast, originates in the Bible's book of Revelation, where it is associated with the Antichrist. Over time, 666 became synonymous with evil, sin, and doom. The number's reputation as a harbinger of bad luck and misfortune has led to its avoidance in many aspects of life. For example, buildings, phone numbers, and even product barcodes may omit the number 666 due to its negative associations. This fear has even led to the phenomenon of hexaconta-hexaphobia, the fear of the number 666, which affects people's behavior and decisions to this day. One of the more bizarre superstitions involves the belief that stepping on a crack will break your mother's back. This superstition is particularly common among children, who often chant the rhyme as they walk along sidewalks or pavements. The origins of this superstition are unclear, but it may have developed as a way to make children more careful while walking. In some cultures, it was believed that cracks in the ground could open portals to the underworld or serve as pathways for evil spirits, further adding to the belief that stepping on them could cause harm. Although the superstition is more playful than serious today, it continues to be a quirky reminder of childhood beliefs. The superstition surrounding lucky horseshoes is rooted in ancient beliefs about their ability to ward off evil spirits. Horseshoes have long been considered symbols of good luck, and their crescent shape is thought to represent the moon, a symbol of protection. In ancient Europe, people would hang horseshoes above doorways to keep bad spirits out and bring good fortune to the household. This practice continued into the 19th and 20th centuries, especially in rural areas. The tradition of hanging a horseshoe over a door still persists today in many cultures, often as a good luck charm in homes or businesses. The idea that a horseshoe can bring good luck remains strong, and it is often gifted as a token of prosperity and protection. Superstitions surrounding the evil eye are prevalent in many cultures, from the Mediterranean to South Asia, and have been for thousands of years. The evil eye is believed to be a malevolent glare that can cause harm, particularly when directed at someone who is perceived to be doing well or experiencing good fortune. People who fear the evil eye often wear amulets, such as a blue eye-shaped charm, to protect themselves from its effects. The superstition is particularly strong in cultures that value modesty and humility, as the belief is that jealousy or envy from others can bring misfortune. While the evil eye superstition has its roots in ancient cultures, it remains widely believed in many parts of the world. The practice of knocking on wood to avoid bad luck is one of the most enduring superstitions in the Western world. It is commonly done when someone makes a positive statement or expresses a hope for the future, followed by the phrase, knock on wood. The origins of this superstition are believed to date back to ancient pagan cultures, where trees, especially oak trees, were considered sacred and believed to have protective qualities. The act of knocking on wood was thought to invoke the spirits of the trees for protection or to ward off evil. Today, the superstition continues to be widely practiced, even if most people don't fully understand its origins. While these superstitions might seem outdated or whimsical, they reveal the human desire to control the uncontrollable and find patterns in a chaotic world. Whether rooted in ancient beliefs, religious practices, or societal fears, superstitions continue to influence behavior in surprising ways. Even in a modern, rational world, these age-old beliefs endure, often manifesting in ways we don't even realize. The persistence of superstitions speaks to our need for comfort, reassurance, and the hope that we can influence the unknown forces that shape our lives.